Hi, my name is Professor Tifani Sadek. I'm a clinical assistant professor, and I've been teaching at Michigan Law since 2019. My primary role here is teaching in and co-directing the Zell Entrepreneurship Clinic. But from time to time, I teach other classes as well, often in leadership and management. The ZEC, or Zell Entrepreneurship Clinic, is one of our transactional clinics, and we provide legal resources for student and alumni-led startups. One of the unique things that the Zell Entrepreneurship Clinic does is its NIL program, which is a special initiative where we represent student athletes in their NIL deals. This is actually an idea of one of my clinic students who thought we should do this, and I said, maybe you should do this as an advanced student. So he came back and helped me set up the program, and now we have 5 advanced students who administer and run this program themselves. So it's a lot of fun because I'm a big sports fan, and again, it's a way for me to wrap my interest in with my job here. I had no idea what I was doing when I applied to law school. I was a first-generation law student, so I just wasn't sure. I studied science and biology and genetics, and I thought I wanted to go into that field. But I found out about patent lawyering, and I thought this is a perfect blend of science and law, because I had always been a little interested in law and philosophy. So I applied to law school thinking I was going to be a patent lawyer, but once I got to law school and realized there was this huge breadth of other types of law, I wound up going in a different direction. My professional background is a little bit of a story of me figuring out what I like to do. So I started off in a large law firm as a big law litigator. I did that for 6 years until I realized that's not what I want to do. I don't want to litigate necessarily, and I don't want to be in a big law firm. So I left and started my own practice working with startups because I had moved to Detroit and there was all this entrepreneurial activity. So I switched 6 years out into a transactional law practice. Around that time, Detroit went through bankruptcy, so I got pulled in-house in government, and I was general counsel for a startup government agency, which was my one foray into public interest. After Detroit went through bankruptcy and that was done, I went in-house in General Motors, where I worked with their connected and autonomous vehicle group before coming here to Michigan to teach startup law. So I've had a variety of types of legal jobs and in a variety of settings, and it's helped me hone exactly what it is I like to do and where I can best find that. Before I came to teach at Michigan Law, I was in-house counsel at General Motors, where I worked with our connected vehicles group. When I got here, I really missed working with that technology, so I found other ways to incorporate that into my role. So right now, I head up legal research at MCity, which is the College of Engineering's autonomous vehicle test facility, one of the first ones in the country. And soon, I will also be the director of Michigan Law's Law and Mobility program here as well. And these two things together, we really bring academic and industrial research and legal research together to try to solve some of the ethical and legal questions that we need to answer before we deploy this kind of technology on the road. The Law and Mobility program here at Michigan does a few things. One, it runs the Journal of Law and Mobility here, which is an online journal that puts out a lot of academic type articles about anything related to law and mobility, including connected and autonomous vehicles, mobility issues generally, mobility equity. The Law and Mobility program also convenes an annual conference where they bring together people from industry, people from academia of a bunch of different schools to share ideas on a particular theme. Is it cliche to say I like the students the most? Because it's true. I have emailed Sarah Zierfoss a time or two and just said, you do such an amazing job of picking students at this school, because every time I'm going through resumes to pick students or to hire interns, I really am just blown away by the background of the students and their capabilities and how interesting they are. Besides the students, my favorite thing about Michigan is that it's so good at everything. I really work very cross-disciplinary across campus, so working with the athletic department. We have a top 10 athletic department. I work with the College of Engineering, top 10 College of Engineering department. I work with business school all the time, a top 10 business school. So no matter what I'm doing, I can really pick and choose from some of the best in the country, no matter what topic I'm talking about. I think my teaching style is to just be very open and honest. Part of being a startup lawyer is that you're going to be doing something new all the time, and you're never the expert. And you have to be really comfortable with the fact that you're talented and you're smart and you know how to problem solve, but you might not know how to solve that problem right away. And you just get really comfortable with saying, I'm not sure, but I can figure that out. And I try to share that mentality with students when I'm teaching or when I'm supervising their work so that they can incorporate that ethos for themselves. Coming into the clinic, I think something that surprises students is how much we slow the work down and ask them to reflect on what they're doing and why they're doing it. We want to take it, although we do similar work as a law firm, we want to take advantage of the fact that we're not a law firm, and you can slow down the process and really think, why am I doing, and deconstruct the actions that you're about to take. So you're not just filling out a form or taking a template and making it personalized. You're really thinking about what you're doing and understanding why you're doing it. At the end of the first day of clinic, after we explained all the things the students are going to do and all of their responsibilities, I can see in their eyes that they're often terrified. So that's when I bring in my favorite assignment, which is the letter to your successor. And at the end of every semester, I have those students write a letter to students on their first day, telling them everything they need to know. And it's always about how you've got this, right? I was scared just like you on the first day, and I can do all these things now, and I know I can. And my favorite part is seeing the students read those letters, but also reading the letters when the students submit them to me.